Um, Thank you guys for showing up today. I really appreciate it. Today, I think I can finally take a breath of thinking about this and what we're doing. So I want to say thank you to all of our voters, the people that made this possible for us. I want to thank you for electing me to serve this term another time. I want you to know that there's nothing better than being able to be standing as the mayor of Charlotte, North Carolina today. It's absolutely one of the things that has been passionate about me all of this time. You know, you guys forget I grew up in Columbia, but I was raised in Charlotte, and that means a lot to me, so I'm really thankful. I want to really help as we move forward again. The opportunities that we will have in this city will be great, and I hope all of us will be prepared to be a part of it. So, again, thank you to all of the voters that showed up, and thank you for the election opportunity for me. And I'd also like for you to welcome our newly elected council members, Joy, JD, and Kimberly. I really can believe that these folks are going to help our council be even better. It's going to create the opportunities for us to do more, especially as we start thinking about how we're going to take on things like affordable housing, jobs, all of these things that make a difference in our city, and growth and safety. We needed these extra hands on our opportunities right now. But I want to go ahead and have some ideas about the history that we had last night. I cannot even imagine, as we waited yesterday to see what we were going to do about the mobility plan and its excitement, and the way that we were looking at it is the voters made it possible for us to do this. And I can tell stories about the mobility plan. Some of you may even remember them. You know, we talked about doing this so many years ago. I think it's been 5 or 6 years. Marcus, is that about right? There are stories that I could tell with all of the other town managers, with everyone that's touched this in some ways, but some of those stories need to stay inside our circle of just understanding. But I hope that our community will understand greatly what we have done and the steps that we've taken that's going to do this. The mobility plan is just so much more than we were talking about. Vehicles, pedestrian, bicycles, transit, safety, all of these things that are going to happen in our community. Our team has built a 30-year transportation investment strategy that would connect this community to home, jobs, medical care, and other opportunities. The strategy is what you've all known as our transportation referendum. So let me talk a little bit about the people that supported us. The Charlotte City Council, the city staff, Charlotte Regional Business Alliance, Charlotte Executive Leadership Council, the members of the MTC, the town mayors and their elected bodies, Commissioner Durrell and the county commissioners, and especially all of the former mayors that have been helping us find this place that they were supporting, and then that allowed other people to support the program as well. But again, this is all about our voters, and last night you joined our team to make this city more accessible, to give the city opportunities, to give people a place to thrive. So I know that this is what's going to be possible for all of us. I know some of you are asking probably what happens next. When does this start? So why don't we go ahead and say it starts right now. The CATS team is launching another round of community engagement across Mecklenburg County. Think about this in the way that I think about it, which is very simplistic. That, you know, we had a really great book that the city staff had put together, and it said, these are some of the things that we can do if this passes. And today we're beginning to take that action, that we are going to do things. You are going to see sidewalks, you are going to see pathways, you're going to be able to see all kinds of activities as we continue to address what we're going to do now. So I'm really proud that cats, I hope they've all gotten ready because this is going to be a terrific opportunity for everyone. This means that we have to do a lot more work. This means that we have to listen to the residents in every neighborhood so that they can shape what opportunity that they want to have. Maybe they want a sidewalk that we thought we didn't need, but they will have that opportunity to do that. And then think about this, Better Bus Initiative, including microtransit service that will roll out as soon as possible so that people can see what we're doing and what implementation really means. Now that is probably going to take about 5 years, but 5 years can go so quickly in a place like ours. By that time, I hope we've relocated almost everybody that wants to move here. So, the rail projects are already in design and will move quickly with major progress expected within the next decade. The Red Line, a long-awaited project, will finally move forward. Now, we know that the Red Line is not going to happen overnight. It will take time, commitment, patience, and a lot of hard work so that we, too, can say we have that train and we're going to do something that we're going to be proud of. So let me just say, at the end of all of this, I know that we're going to build a greater city, a city that people want to choose to live here and be here. Places where we will find opportunities so that people that are already here have the ability to thrive. Together, we can build not just the city, but a region in this country right now, something that we can all be proud of, excuse me. I want to thank you for believing in our vision, for helping us shape a future, and we're getting ready to work. Thank you all for so much opportunity to be here today. So, let's see, what do we do next, Jason? Hi, Nick, I listened to you. Well, you know, I don't think that this is a city that's always divided. I think if we give them the opportunity to tell us why they didn't support it and the opportunity for us to step up and figure out what we can do to mitigate that, then I think that that's what we'll be working on. Charlotte has had other referendums, I expect, maybe not as young as I am today, but I think that what we're trying to do is make sure that people know that they are welcome to support this and welcome to be able to define the things that they want in their community and their neighborhood. So let's just start off with the idea that we're going to work to educate and talk about this, but we're going to ask the community leaders what will they want to do, because everyone's going to get a part of this, the road money, you know, and I don't think that there's a road in this town that doesn't need road money. I tell you that truthfully. So I'm thinking that what we'll do is work with the community, because that's going to be the most important thing that we want to drive back for us. So that's where I am.
Smudgy wants the MPTA fixed tomorrow. It's no cooling off period for the Department of Council here. You get two choices. What kind of characteristics? As you weigh who to appoint, what's in your mind about who you would like to serve as your picks?
Well, I can tell you a secret that I've already told James Mitchell who I'd like to serve, and there's a reason why. I remember reading that we needed to have people that understood what we are trying to accomplish and goal. What is our goal? What do we do? And so I believe that we're looking for people that will be committed to this hard work. This is not going to be an easy task. I mean, I'm not in construction or whatever, but we know that this is going to take time and diligence. And so the people that I supported as my two choices were, one, someone that I felt very comfortable that would actually say, this is what we need to do, or maybe we don't need to do this. These are people that live in this community. that I have known for years, and they've always been supportive of what this community does. So my picks, and I don't know I want to call them that, but the two people that I asked to come together, they were energized with their ability to say, we're doing something for this city because this city has been great for us.
Is there an idea of the earliest the deadline to start? And is there any way, is there an idea of that?
I am not in the construction business, so I'm not going to do that. When we get our CATS group together, when the MTC gets the authority, I think that's a better question for them.
What do you think what are the next steps of the authority when we actually see that thing change?
I believe that we have to do this. There's a timeline that the government and that the PAVE Act has given to us, and so we're going to have to move forward on that, and that should be coming up pretty quickly. As you heard Joe say, James Mitchell has got this ready. I think that the council members, as well as the county and all of those other organizations that have to put somebody on the table, that will happen pretty soon.
Mayor, there was a lot of debate about the structure during the empty season, relative to those marching last night. What do you think pushed the pro-workers left for the empty voters?
I know that several of you have probably looked at the precincts and all of that, so you probably could answer your own question. I have understood that there were opportunities that people came out and they had read one thing perhaps, but I think that it was basically, if I can say this, I think people believe in Charlotte. I think a lot of the people that voted, they may not have had a story to tell like we're having, but I think that they do know that when things have happened in the city that we've been committed to it. And I think that that trust, we've got to do more of it, and we'll be doing more of it, I think, in the next several months. But I think that's what makes the difference. I think that people may have walked into the ballot box and they were not going to vote for it, and then all of a sudden it scrolls up and it starts saying transportation. I think that then that's when they said, I'll take it, and they voted for it, and I'm really proud of them for taking that chance on us.
Mayor, on the trust issue, what do you think has to happen? Because as you heard, there are already so many questions about, does the business community have too many people, or there's too many people, like people calling layers of growing, and so on. So what do you think is going to have to happen, and how soon is it?
Well, the first thing that I think has to happen is that the Charlotte City Council has to understand that we're carrying the weight of this trust. And so that means that we are going to have to figure out ways to be a part of this, as well as what we're doing to build it. Now, I don't think that that's a simple answer for this, but I believe that most of the time you will probably keep us straight. You'll be the people that will come back and report what's going on. Or we'll have people that come down to this dais to say, you told me that this was going to happen. But I think there are a couple of key things around this. One, the displacement issue. Everybody understands that because of what we had done when we built the other two trains. So we're going to have to really watch carefully around displacement. And then I think the other thing that's going to be important for us to do is to tell people exactly what we're trying to build for them, and that they tell us that that's okay to build for them. And I think that's what, I think the people will trust us, and I think that you guys will help them trust us as well.
That second question to that is it that issue or something else? What do you think is the toughest part now that you have this legislation ready to go?
Well,
More curious.
I think in the next couple of weeks, we need to get this authority up and going. I think the county and the city have an obligation to say, we're going to make this possible, and we're going to get people that we can have on this authority board that's going to support what we're trying to do to make this a better city. we're going to put as many buses on the street as we can in the next several months. That's what we're going to do. We're going to showcase what we're doing. We're going to tell people that they can be on a bus, they can have a bus that's going to get them to places, especially people that need jobs. You know, I know that many of us think about, well, we may have a car or whatever, but I think when you start talking about where jobs are and whether or not they're third night, you know, like the people that have to work really late at night or have to go in very early, bus will be the thing that will make that work. And I believe that that's what we'll be doing. That's the way, you know, what do they say? The show me first, and then do it. Okay.
I think one of the other big issues that we heard from voters at the polls yesterday was crime, especially around uptown. Police have said that crime in uptown is up 12%. So how do you plan to address that in your fifth term? And maybe with that, and the second question, just like in terms of traffic congestion, do you know when voters might expect to see some relief in traffic congestion from this plan?
Okay, let's start off with safety. We know that we have a problem with safety, but if you were here a couple of days ago and you saw Stella Patterson come out and talk about a plan, I believe that we will have the work of our CMPD folks has been very important, but more importantly is to have leadership so that we can have the ideas that we want to put in place. So I expect, I'm not going to talk for the manager, but if Stella Patterson asks us for things that she needs to make the city safer and to actually bring down our temperature, then that's likely to be something that he will be able to have. I think it's too important right now for us to do this. I mean, you know, it's a very difficult place to be when you say you don't feel safe. I also think that we ought to spend a lot more money on how do we make sure that we can use technology. I think lighting is important. I think, you know, taking where people can be and have officers there working now, all of those things we are doing. But I think that the chief will make it possible for us to do more and will give us more guidance because that's what she's done in Raleigh and she can do it here. Whoa, okay. Thank you for that question. I think that major cities like ours, I mean, we're really there now. That you have to show people that we care deeply about what they care deeply about. And I think that that's what we did yesterday. I think the idea, and Nick, I'm going to just say, we're getting the ability to have, you know, traffic changes and all of that. We need to start working on it and give that back to the community. But I think that that's exactly why we're here. We're getting the kind of, I think I saw another announcement of someone that's coming here in Ballantyne. I mean, we're not even just uptown anymore. We really are across this county a part of something that's significant. And I think that people understand that. Or at least I hope they do. I hope that they'll understand that for all of our city council folks that are coming in. I think we'll pull together and we're going to work hard together and it's going to be better. Thank you.